Ava Gardner wasn't just a Hollywood legend on screen, her off-screen life was equally dramatic. Rumor had it that Ava couldn't go a single day without indulging her desires, with whispers claiming she'd sleep with nearly everyone on set before the film was done. But Ava wasn't alone. The golden age of Hollywood was full of leading ladies with fiery passions and infamous reputations for their romantic escapades. These actresses didn't hold back, earning them both fame and infamy in equal measure. Curious about the stars who lived life on their own terms? Stay tuned for the list of old Hollywood's most notorious names. First in the list is Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's sex life has fueled endless fascination, with her beauty and charm captivating some of the most powerful men in history. Her soft voice and dazzling smile weren't just iconic, they were reportedly irresistible. One of the most talked about rumors? Marilyn's alleged affair with President John F. Kennedy. Secret meetings and passionate encounters were said to define their relationship, with Marilyn going to great lengths to make each moment unforgettable. The whispers of their connection have lingered for decades, but it didn't stop there. Her second husband, baseball legend Joe DiMaggio, reportedly struggled with Marilyn's famously high libido. She was said to desire intimacy daily, often multiple times a day, a need that became a sore point in their tumultuous marriage. After their divorce, Marilyn's love life didn't slow down. She was linked to Hollywood legends like Yves Montand and Marlon Brando, and rumors of a love triangle with Robert F. Kennedy and his brother John only added more fuel to the fire. Yet behind the headlines and scandals was a woman searching for more than passion. Marilyn longed for love, emotional security, and connection, a side of her that the world often overlooked, focusing instead on her irresistible allure. Next on this list is Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was a woman who lived unapologetically, driven by desires she never tried to hide. Known for her razor-sharp wit, immense acting talent, and voracious appetite for life and love, she became one of Hollywood's most provocative figures. Tallulah openly bragged about her countless conquests, male and female, making no apologies for her uninhibited lifestyle. From actors like Gary Cooper and John Emery to whispered names in scandalous circles, her lovers were as varied as they were numerous. Her boldness earned her a reputation as someone who simply couldn't or wouldn't resist her desires. She famously quipped, "I'm as pure as the driven slush," and lived up to the statement with daily encounters, sometimes with multiple partners. Her rumored affair with John Barrymore set a bold standard for her romantic interests, reportedly inspired by his physical attributes. In fact, Tallulah was so enamored with his legacy that she carried that audacious standard into her marriage to actor John Emery. She would even gleefully show off her sleeping husband to house guests, pointing out his assets with dramatic flair. But her indulgence wasn't limited to private affairs. Tallulah was the life of wild, uninhibited parties, where the lines between conversation, flirtation, and indulgence blurred completely. She thrived on chaos, viewing life and sex as an adventure to be fully explored. Adored by some, vilified by others, Tallulah refused to conform to societal norms. She lived with unmatched intensity, making her unforgettable and cementing her legacy as one of history's most daring and scandalous stars. Next is Mae West. Mae West wasn't just an icon on screen. She was a force of nature when it came to indulging her every desire. Famous for her unapologetic sexuality, Mae claimed to have bedded hundreds, if not thousands, of lovers throughout her legendary life. But it wasn't just any man who caught Mae's eye. She had a particular weakness for muscular men, bodybuilders and athletes who could satisfy both her physical and emotional cravings. She treated sex not just as pleasure, but as a source of creative inspiration, often fueling her risque on-screen persona. Mae's legendary bedroom antics became the stuff of Hollywood lore. With a boldness that matched her on-screen characters, she quipped, "I never loved another man as much as I love myself." Her lovers were just as varied as her passions, from studio executives to working-class men. Mae treated sex like an art form, mastering every moment with flair. Her home was a playground of indulgence, with many of her partners claiming she had an almost insatiable libido. It's even rumored that Mae kept a rotation of favorites, ensuring her needs were always met. Mae West cemented her place in Hollywood history as one of the most sexually liberated stars to ever walk the earth, a woman who never apologized for her desires and lived life on her own terms. Next is Lana Turner. Lana Turner's name became synonymous with sizzling seduction, both on and off the screen. Her legendary love life often overshadowed her acting career, but it was the sheer intensity of her romantic escapades that truly captivated Hollywood. Perhaps the most infamous of her relationships was with gangster Johnny Stompanato. Their affair was a roller coaster of fiery passion and explosive arguments. Rumor had it, their makeup sessions were just as heated as their fights, with encounters so frequent that it seemed passion was their constant companion. But their toxic love story ended in tragedy when Turner's teenage daughter, Cheryl Crane, fatally stabbed Stompanato in what she claimed was self-defense, sparking a scandal that rocked Tinseltown. But Lana's love life didn't end with Johnny. Her whirlwind romances with Hollywood heavyweights like Tyrone Power and Fernando Lamas made headlines, with each affair marked by daring public displays of affection and passionate nights. Lana's breathtaking beauty and magnetic charm led her to 8 marriages, most of which began with fiery physical attraction, only to fall apart due to emotional turmoil and irreconcilable differences. Yet through it all, Lana never apologized for her desires. She embraced her sexuality fully, making it a defining part of her allure, famously saying, "Love and passion are central to my life." Lana Turner didn't just play the role of the glamorous star, she lived it, leaving behind a legacy of love, scandal, and unrelenting passion that made her one of Hollywood's most unforgettable icons. Next on the list is Marlene Dietrich, a name that echoes through the annals of Hollywood history, known for her boldness both on and off the screen. Living a life fueled by sensuality, experimentation, and unapologetic desire, Dietrich shattered every norm, leaving a trail of scandalized admirers and fascinated onlookers. Openly bisexual and known for her insatiable appetite for love, she didn't shy away from indulging in multiple encounters in a single day. Her lovers who were Hollywood elites, intellectuals, and political figures. From the rugged charm of Gary Cooper to the smoldering chemistry with John Gilbert, Marlene made waves both in the bedroom and beyond. But her romantic world wasn't confined to men. Dietrich also explored passionate liaisons with women, most famously with writer Mercedes DaCosta, whose letters revealed a fiery connection that transcended mere attraction. Her escapades were as spontaneous as they were legendary. Dietrich's diaries paint vivid pictures of secret weekends with studio heads and fleeting, intense affairs that began with just a glance, ending in whirlwind romance and scandalous secrecy. With an ability to intuit and satisfy her lover's deepest desires, Marlene Dietrich wasn't just a lover. She was an icon of liberation, a trailblazer who boldly wrote her own rules and became the embodiment of allure in every sense. This was a woman who lived life on her own terms, and that's exactly why she remains an icon of sensual freedom and unapologetic love. Next is Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, Hollywood's original blonde bombshell, was a true force of nature both on and off the screen. Beneath her dazzling smile and iconic platinum looks lay a woman whose appetite for passion and excitement knew no bounds. Her short marriage to MGM producer Paul Byrne was plagued by rumors of sexual incompatibility, pushing Harlow to seek fulfillment elsewhere. And seek it she did, unabashedly. The screen siren became the center of countless passionate affairs that left Hollywood buzzing. Her name was linked to some of the biggest stars and power players in Tinseltown, including her unforgettable romance with Clark Gable, where the chemistry between them was so electric it set the screen on fire. But it wasn't just actors who fell under her spell. Studio executives and many others who couldn't resist the allure of Jean Harlow. Her romantic escapades were spontaneous, often taking place at glamorous Hollywood parties, on set, or even during lunch breaks. Always thrilling, always unapologetic. Known for blending humor with seduction, she turned the art of love into a playful, daring adventure. But it wasn't just the men who adored her. Friends described her as the kind of woman who could captivate with a glance, leaving a trail of passionate admirers in her wake. Jean's life may have been short. cut tragically at just 26. But it was one lived with intensity, leaving behind a legacy of love, lust, and unforgettable mystique. Next is Ava Gardner. Her name alone oozed allure, and Frank Sinatra once called her the greatest love machine he'd ever known. But what made Ava's sexual magnetism so irresistible? It wasn't just her beauty. It was her unapologetic embrace of her passions. Known for her uninhibited nature, Ava didn't shy away from indulging in her desires. Often, multiple times a day, her lovers were left spellbound by her magnetic presence. "I express myself best in the bedroom," she once said, and she certainly lived up to those words. Her romantic life was just as fiery and captivating as her on-screen performances. While her 3 marriages to Mickey Rooney, Artie Shaw, and Frank Sinatra each ended for their own reasons: infidelity, control, and emotional volatility. It was her relationship with Sinatra that became the stuff of legend. Their chemistry was so intense, it often bordered on destructive, yet they couldn't stay away from each other. And the lovers didn't stop there. Ava reportedly had affairs with iconic figures like Ernest Hemingway and billionaire Howard Hughes, though she often dismissed Hughes's advances. During her time in Spain, her passionate liaisons with bullfighter Luis Miguel Dominguin became infamous, with stories of her celebrating all night long after his victorious fights. Ava Gardner's unapologetic approach to love, lust, and life itself cemented her as an icon of sensuality, leaving behind a legacy that continues to captivate generations. Please subscribe for more such video.